Hello, Carrots here. Welcome to episode 10 of the Perfect Genetics Challenge. In this episode, the honeymoon's over and Olivia and Don get down to making babies. We might as well start at the beginning. This is where they live, back in Moonlit Falls, and it's time to try for baby for the very first time.
Hilnet, Baramagog.
Wanu. Chamiratne.
Lani.
Nulaka.
Maybe we should think about getting started. Success on the first attempt. That was pretty good. I hope they keep this up. She's pretty pleased with herself. Of course, she doesn't know if she's pregnant or not yet, but we do. At the moment, she's still working and Don's unemployed. But I thought we should prepare for the baby since we know it's arriving. So I'm going to build a little nursery here, but we have insufficient funds. But they've been on a trip, on a honeymoon, and they've gathered lots of jewels and other treasures, so might sell a bit of that, get the funds to make their nursery for their first baby. So they're watching a bit of TV. Well, I think Olivia is reading books. She's probably reading pregnancy books. Now, unfortunately, when I was recording this particular part of it, I had a few issues with my OBS studio, which wasn't recording as I'd hoped. So I did miss some critical things, but we'll get most of the story here. And as a result of missing some of the bits that I would have liked to have shown you, we'll see bits that I probably would have put in the next episode otherwise. Here we are building the nursery. Must prepare well for babies. And Don has decided to get a job, so he's now working at the same place as Olivia works, only he's at the very bottom of his career. But him working there is good for him because his ambition or his lifetime wish is to be a celebrated 5-star chef.
Yeah.
Because we want the fridge. So he needs to be in the culinary career.
Oh.
There's a lot of ghosts in this house. I think we've got one sleeping in their bed at the moment by the look of those Zs coming up and the sound in the background. Now these ghosts came from that Gnome of the Darned that you can see just at the top of the screen there. I thought we should get rid of that fence because it's turning, the seasons are changing and we'll soon not be able to garden or have anything harvestable because of the cold weather. So we're going to make a little greenhouse for them. Now, because there's trees growing in this greenhouse, it needs to have 2 levels. But I thought that 2-story greenhouse was a little bit excessive. So I used my CFE cheat, Constrained Floor Elevation False, and I dug a little hole out in the yard and I made it so that I could shrink the height of that top level so it wasn't quite so tall. If you want to know more about the CFE cheat, I've got several tutorials on it on my channel, so you can go and learn about it there if you'd like. So we don't need that part anymore. Get rid of that, fill the hole in. So down the bottom I'll put the greenhouse windows. Turn that sheet off, we don't want it on anymore. I've got a glass door to get out to the backyard. And then I thought I'd add some very short windows to the top because they will actually fit into that little wall we've got. It just makes it look a little bit better. And then I used the greenhouse roof. You need to put some sort of floor tiles or flat roof tiles on the roof under the roof decor to make it weatherproof, otherwise you will get your plants going dormant in the winter just the same as if it wasn't a greenhouse. You've got to make sure that every little corner is completely covered.
Nah.
Now they, after money, they need more money, so Olivia has gone to the greenhouse where she's buying a few things that she wants to grow but are not often easily found when you're collecting seeds. But mostly she's there to sell some of her produce or consign her produce. You get quite well paid for consigning produce. And she's consigned a few fish as well. I don't usually do that here, but why not? It says she can, so we'll give it a go, see what happens. Now there's 4 Humble Harvest stands at the greenhouse, and she will actually buy and consign at all of them, but I only showed you one. And then she's going to collect some suns and sell them for 100 simoleons each, and collect a few seeds for her garden, because now she's got a greenhouse, she can plant seeds and they'll grow all year round. And with all these babies coming, she doesn't want to have to go out to work every day to earn an income to pay for what they're going to need. Well, we missed the hospital, but here is the baby. He has arrived. His name is Gary. Unfortunately, I had a bit of a catastrophe when I was recording this, and my OBS studio wasn't recording when I thought it was. I was tempted to actually exclude him from the game, but then I thought, no, I really want the firstborn to be in the game and in the story, because, well, he belongs, doesn't he? Fortunately, Don is happy to help with child rearing. And it seems she's just discovered that she is pregnant. So we'll be having another birth in the next episode, I hope. She's going to do a bit of gardening because she did go to the greenhouse and find some seeds, and we've built her a nice new greenhouse at home so she can plant. And while we've got her in a greenhouse that's above ground like this one is, the sprinklers will work. Now Don has got himself a job, but on his way home from work at the diner, I got him to go to the festival before the end of autumn because I want them to get a cackling Nakabel gnome. And the easiest way I know of getting one of them is to send a sim through that haunted house endlessly. And Don was obliging, even though it was raining heavily and he got soaked. He kept going through, turned into a ghost, still kept going through, and he did eventually end up with the gnome that I wanted. Meanwhile, of course, Olivia is at home alone with baby Gary. Here comes Don, he's a ghost now. That happens with that haunted house. But he can still keep going through it until he ends up with a cackling Nakabel in his inventory, and he did. And now he's at home, and he's cooking. And we've got a birthday cake. So baby Gary is going to age up. And we'll soon know if he is an heir or not. Because if he's got her hair colour and her eye colour, he will be our heir. He's got the green skin. Blowing up the candle. That doesn't look like pink hair to me. He's got green hair. He's his father's son. He's got dark eyes and green hair. We'd have to get it very close to make sure that eye colour, but he's not the heir. So thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time with another baby being born. Bye bye for now, and happy simming.